Hey everyone, and welcome back. And today we're one step closer to getting our robot running. So first I wanted to show you the next phase of our little project. Underneath here there's a Raspberry Pi, and we have a speaker and a Raspberry Pi camera. So we're going to be able to remote control the robot from another room over the network. Kind of a little rover where you could see what's going on a screen. So I hope you'll join me for that. So in the last video we looked at the accelerometer on the microbit, did a very simple project where as we tilted the microbit it showed the value on the screen. We're going to take that one step further this time, and we're going to connect that microbit to another over radio and send the value to that microbit to display. So this is just one step in the process of getting to where we can control our robot using the microbit. Okay, so let's head over to tinkerpie.com, and I'm going to search for radio to find this tutorial, so you have the links, know how to get to them. The previous step was the microbit accelerometer basics, and if you're having trouble with this one you can always go back, but I'm going to recap as much as possible, so you should be able to keep up. So what you'll need are 2 microbits and a cable, and we're going to browse to the MakeCode website. If you've never been here before, it'll come up blank, but if you have, it's going to remember what you worked on the last time. So you don't have to log in or anything, it just seems to remember what you've done. It stores it on this computer. So if you go to another computer, it's going to not be there. Okay, so I'm going to start over with a new project, just in case you need to start over here as well. So in the OnStart, I'm going to just drag an icon over, and you can select whatever icon you want to show up when the microbit starts. And then in the forever loop, I'm just going to search for ACC and find the acceleration. And then we need a show number. We're going to show the acceleration of the x-axis in this case. This is as far as we got in the last tutorial. So then we downloaded it, and then it shows whatever value you're tilting to the left or the right, which is the left, the x-axis. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is rename this to TinkerPie Remote, because this is the remote. And I'm going to save that. And now I'm going to head over to the radio group and find the radio set group. Now this is a number between 1 and 100, and it basically just sets a frequency behind the scenes. So you just set it to a number, and I'm going to just select 33. You want it to be the same as any microbit you want to communicate with, and different than other microbits in the room that you don't want to interfere. So if you're in a classroom setting, you know, if you want the other kids to be able to communicate with you, then set it to the same number. Alright, so in the forever loop, we want to send a value of the accelerometer, say x equals 124 if the microbit x-axis is at 124. So we're going to head over and grab in the radio send value name equals 0. We're going to put that into the forever loop. Then we're going to change the name of this to x, so we know that it's x and not y or z. And then we're just going to drag this little puzzle piece down so that it will send x equals whatever we're tilted to at that time. And we're going to get rid of the show number, and that's all we need. We're going to save it. Then I'm going to go to my downloads, and it's this one with a 1 on it. I'm going to drag that to my microbit drive, and you can see it rebooting, and it should come up with the little icon. Okay, so we're rebooted. Okay, so now that we have our remote programmed, we need to program the microbit that will become our robot. So first thing I'm going to do here is go out to projects and create a new project. And in our OnStart, I'm going to grab radio set group, and I'm going to set that to 33. You'll want to set it to whatever number you had picked. Then we're going to need from the radio group again, we're going to need on radio received name value. because we need to know if it's x equals 1024 or if it's y equals 33 that we're getting. So on radio received name value, we're going to go into logic and we're going to grab the if true then block, and under logic again we're going to get 0 equals 0, and we need to evaluate this name variable. So we're going to grab variables name, and if name equals x, but as you can see that won't accept x because x is a string. So we need to go down to text and grab this little quotes box and pop it in there, and then we can type an x in here. So if the name equals x, then what are we going to do? We're going to take this value, say it's 1024, and we're going to assign it to a variable that we're going to show on the screen. So under variables, we're going to set item to 0. And then we're going to rename this. We're just going to create a variable that makes more sense. And since this is the x value as opposed to the y, we're going to name it x, and we're going to set it to this value. Okay, so the last thing we're going to do is in the forever loop, we want to display the value of x. So under the basic, we're going to grab show number, and then grab the variable x. Okay, so now we're ready to try it out. I'm just going to rename this TinkerPie Robot, save it, and then go to my downloads and drag this over to the microbit. Okay, you can see it rebooting, it's off. This was the other one, the remote. Okay, so as we tilt this, 672, negative 816. So there you go, that's working. So our next step will be to hook the second microbit up to a Kidtronic motor board, and we'll do that in the next video, so I hope you join me for that.